Dear friends, today I am showing you how to repot a beautiful Ficus falcon. This is a very common ficus plant grown by most amateur and beginner bonsai growers. And here I have a very good specimen, close to 30-year-old or maybe more. It is quite a upright style, very little slanting, roots well exposed. Unfortunately, there are not many lower branches and the top branches are quite healthy. Good. You can see from the top view how nicely plant has given many branches, and you can chop off certain amount of small shoots, top shoots, because I want to restrict the plant growing too tall. So already it is tall, we can think it later how to shorten it. But at the moment I am chopping all the top buds so that it doesn't grow too many tall branches and also encourages lower branches to grow. And in between some branches maybe crisscrossing unnecessary, they're spoiling the aesthetic view of the actual plant. Chopped off, and there are some more tall loose leaves which are crossing, also chopped off. This is quite a small pot and compared to the size of the plant. Before you take it out, you loosen it without breaking the pot, because this is a normal terracotta mud pot, likely to break if you are not very careful. So I am just loosening from all sides. You can see nice well-grown root ball, and slowly, so you can see very clearly sometimes you have to check that some roots might come out of the pot through the bottom hole, drainage hole, and sometimes you may have tied wire underneath. So before you pull a plant, kindly keep checking those things. And it's quite tough, and the full soil is full of roots. Just try to loosen it. The one way is taking out the plant from one side. Just see slowly. It's quite tight because small root fibers, root hair, fully grown, and I need sometimes help because alone you can't hold the pot. And it's a good turntable on which this plant is kept. It is very important to do all your work because you can stand and do it. Now slowly, almost plant is free. Yeah, all animals in my garden also do have a visit during such kind of serious work. Be careful not to break the roots because your long awaited effort might go off just in one break. So I am just delicately trying to see, the two people are holding the pot and I am loosening the soil still carefully. Yes, that's the way. Yeah. So it has come out nicely. It's quite heavy, maybe around 6 to 7 kilos, the plant and the trunk and the mud ball. So I don't have a very big bonsai studio to use lots of instruments. Mostly I do with my hands. That's Indian style. And I'm clearing all the muds, loosening it so that some root rot, sometimes fungus, or any kind of rotting areas, should chop it off. And tall, thick, long roots, you expose them and slowly, later on, you prune them. See, now it is quite nice. And I've removed most of the roots. Don't cut more than 1/3 of the roots. All depends upon selectively what type of plant you have or what is the amount of roots it has. These things you have to be very, very careful. Now I don't want to put it the same. I want to put it in a little deeper pot, but unfortunately I don't have a ceramic pot now. You can see this is slightly deeper pot. I put first some pebbles, and I covered the hole and put some sand, gravel. I put one larger stone underneath to shape up I wanted to lift the plant up. You can see carefully. Many times you need to experiment and creatively think how to adjust. You see I have put the plant slightly in a slanting position, informal upright, but actually the trunk is quite upright and quite thick and quite nicely well grown and slowly tapering upwards. It's a very good specimen. Yeah, maybe some old branch cutting marks are there, it's okay. So I'm trying to fix in the pot. Already first is the drainage hole covered with mesh, then I put a coarse gravel, then fine gravel, then now what I'm putting a mixture of a garden soil, vermicompost, sand and some amount of soil rubble. So basically your mixture should not be too smooth, slightly gravelly, because ficus needs a lot of good drainage and also the roots grow very fast. This time I didn't put any wiring from the bottom of the pot because I don't find any reason, because the plant is quite well established and well settled in this size of pot. Maybe next time I'll directly pot this plant in a good ceramic Chinese pot, proper size. At the moment I have put it in the same terracotta pot. I will allow this to grow another 1-2 years before finally I transfer to its final destination. Slowly fix that garden soil nicely and also fix the plant firmly. If you want, you can even tie a stay wire from the top and then little bit layer of the sand top so that to drain well. What happened in my house, there's not much of a direct sunlight, so likely plants suffer from lack of drainage water, or storage of water in the pot. So I want to add a little more sand this time. So I covered it. Choosing a sand color depends on what kind of a foliage color you have. So I think this color of sand suits nicely. I have fixed very nicely, and my friend Mr. Bharat is helping me on this Sunday morning, and Mr. Veerappan and some more people who also come and help me during repotting, because lifting these heavy pots and the plant, you cannot do it on your own even if you have the best of tools. So this plant is very nice and safe. You rotate the turntable and see how it feels. It's quite nice. Our repotting is almost complete. Let's pose for a photograph. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching this video. It's a wonderful plant. See you again in my next video.